American politics seems getting dangerously close to the politics of Banana Republic. If you're elected, get your opponents jailed. Donald Trump yesterday became the first president to ever face a criminal court, charged with falsifying business records to allegedly hide the $130,000 US he paid porn star Stormy Daniels to get her to say nothing about their affair. It's the first of 4 criminal cases Trump faces, and the judges ordered him to be in court every day for weeks to come, which Trump said was just what his Democrat enemies wanted ahead of the election.
That I can't go to my son's graduation, or that I can't go to the United States Supreme Court, that I'm not in Georgia or Florida or North Carolina campaigning like I should be. It's perfect for the radical left Democrats. That's exactly what they want. This is about election interference. That's all it's about.
Joining me is Adam Creighton, the Washington correspondent for the Australian newspaper. Great to see you, Adam. Look, if this wasn't Donald Trump, would the Democrat prosecutor have charged him?
Certainly I don't think so. In fact, the previous DA, Cyrus Vance, I believe his name was, he looked at these charges in 2019, 2020, and he declined to bring them. So I think there's a strong chance that these are politically motivated. Of course, they were brought last year by the Democrat Alvin Bragg. He's raised $800,000 at least off, from this indictment so far. So it's clearly benefited him personally. So look, I think you have to have quite a lot of sympathy with Donald Trump's argument that this is a very politically motivated prosecution.
Yes, we must remember that Bragg is an elected official and therefore he needs that cash raising for his election expenses. Bingo! Maximum penalty that Trump faces, 4 years jail. What are the odds?
Well, look, it's 4 years. It's actually 4 years per count. So it's 4 times 34 in theory, which I'm sure the former president would not get. Look, of course, it only takes one of the 12 jurors to dismiss the case, but even that could be a tall order in Manhattan, where something like 88% of voters voted for Biden at the 2020 election. So look, there's a high chance, I think, that he might be convicted. Now, that means that the judge will have to sentence. I don't think a judge would give him jail time. These are unusual charges. And of course, he is a former president. He's also the Republican nominee. So I think it's very unlikely that he got jail term, but I think he could get a conviction. And in that case, he could also take a hit in the polls. That's what some polls suggest at the moment.
Well, that's an interesting point, Adam, because look, so far it seems that Donald Trump has raised a ton of money, has risen in the polls, claiming that he's a victim of a corrupt deep state operation, Democrats misusing the judicial system to try and put him away because to protect Joe Biden. Do you think that they will actually reverse now if he's actually convicted?
Well, look, I don't think so, because people made those same arguments when the indictments came out that they would hurt him, and they simply didn't. I mean, you could actually say that, the 4 criminal indictments against him have really powered his whole political renaissance, I think you'd have to say. I mean, they've made him much, much more popular, including among independent voters. So if the aim was to damage him, so far it certainly has done the opposite. But going forward, what does a conviction mean? Look, I mean, I tend to not think it'll make any difference because everyone's already absorbed all this information. They've already made up their mind about whether they think he's guilty or not. This has been in the public domain for years. So I don't think a conviction is really going to make too much difference. Where it does make a difference, of course, is it could, in theory, see him completely barred from campaigning. But that said, focus on these cases is a lot of earned media for the Trump team, and they seem to have helped him so far.